You think healthcare will be a subscription service soon?
It's not already.
I'm probably sure. You're right. You're right. It is. I don't know why I kid myself. Of course it is.
We pay in time. We get no results. It's the worst.
Yeah, we pay monthly, right? For our. Oh my God! Everything is a subscription service.
Hey, was that Dan Camp Music? Is he a
Dan.
Is he around all the time? I don't remember.
He's around all the time. Yeah.
What's up, Dan? Thanks.
He's been in more shows than you have.
Oh no. Well, why don't you invite him to host then, huh?
He was busy.
Well, Dan, thanks for jumping on.
Man. I will let everyone trickle in here. How was your week, man? How's your week been? Has it been better than last week?
I mean, yeah.
That took way too long.
I don't know. It's just, work piled up and I have to get ahead and I need PAX to be the best, right? So convincing. Thanks, Dan. What's up, Rolls? Thanks for jumping on. I do. Thanks for the 2 weeks. I got all your hate letters. Joe's been forwarding them to me for every time.
Actually, his mom sent him the most.
My mom sent me a text wondering if I was dead. She called me out because I didn't show up on the show. I didn't call her back, so she thought I was dead. That's pretty much what happens with my mom.
Fair assessment.
It's good to be back, though, I guess. Yeah, it's good to be back.
I'm not texting. Actually, I am setting my coffee temperature. My coffee was a little cold,
I was promised like Rosie the Robot and like flying cars. Instead what I got was confusing subscriptions to things I should already own.
Yeah.
And coffee warmers.
Coffee warmers, yeah. Superfluous. Man, I can't even say the word. Superfluous. There we go. Is that it? Close enough.
Luxury at its finest.
Yeah. Technology. Absolutely. Like, you don't need it, but my coffee mug sends me notifications telling me my coffee is now at the right temperature.
I'd appreciate if it sent me notifications that was like, hey, you forgot me in the kitchen. Why does everyone think I was dead? I don't.
The rumors of your death were highly exaggerated.
Yeah. Come on. No one could take me out except maybe a time traveling cautious that's come back in time to get me. That's
for the greater good.
For the greater good. The only way. He's got an eye patch. I've seen him before.
I just hired Will Smith to slap me every time. Wait, wasn't that a movie where his like younger son? No, what movie is that one? His younger version, CG younger Will Smith.
Is it Looper?
No, that's the one with Bruce Willis, right?
Will Smith comes back into. I don't know. Oh, Will Smith does fight himself, right?
Yeah, there's a movie where he fights himself, and it's a younger CG version of himself. Which one is that one?
Damn, that was recent too. I don't remember.
I'm sure we'll roll the credits and people come. Gemini man, look at that, Dan,
the
producer.
Producer. Wait, are you hiring people? Oh God, what's happening here?
Let's just roll these credits. Let's go. Oh man, welcome to the Mid-Geek Crisis, everyone. Let's. Where is it? I don't even know where they are. Where are they? Come on, scroll down there.
Yeah, I remember this place.
Yeah, let's go. Welcome to episode 169. Nice.
Oh my gosh, nice.
Episode of the Mid-Geek Crisis. Look, we're complete set today.
Yes, we've got the pair. Everyone's here. Background's there. The giant PlayStation's right here. The iPad's right there. We're in good shape here. Keep his wife's name out your mouth.
There we go. There you go. Oh man, that should have been the title of the show today. So like I haven't cared about the Oscars, although this year I cared a little bit just because I was interested to see what could possibly win, considering that movies were kind of like sparse all in 2020.
Yeah.
But we got Dune.
They
And
didn't
Dune
win.
was the big movie that I cared about all last year, and it won 6 awards. So fantastic that it won 6 awards. I'm so happy for that. I mean,
so honestly, I didn't realize I didn't watch the Oscars at all. I should have kept up I've been in the cave for 2 weeks. I don't know anything was going on. I did not prepare for this show, to the surprise of no one who's tuned in. I don't know anything that's going on.
Congratulations to Will Smith for winning
Best slap of the year.
He won Best Actor, but apparently no one even knows that he won Best Actor because
he ruined it.
He ruined it. Like, can we talk a little bit about that? Like, I don't know how I feel. Like, on one hand, I'm definitely all about like, hey, let's defend your spouse if someone calls you out. But at the same time, not that way. There could have been other ways to do it. Like, pull them aside. I don't know.
Maybe a follower of a weird religion that seeks out aliens to cure you of your zetadoids.
Is he?
Right? He's a Scientologist, yeah.
Is he Scientologist?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I mean, maybe I did, and I thought maybe he had like left it or something. I don't know if he was part of Scientology.
Oh, you know what? That's true. He might have. I think maybe the last time I heard, maybe. But I don't know, man. It's an emotional thing going on. You're all revved up. You're overstimulated. I can see how you might make a poor decision in the heat of the moment. Lots of people in the Oscars have said some crazy things and done some crazy, right?
Yeah. So, Rolls, that's interesting you say that he laughed, but I think I've watched a little bit back and forth trying to like piece together just in my head to see like what was going through his mind. He made the joke. Mm-hmm. If you're not familiar with what the joke was,
her short hair, right?
Right. Well, Jada Pinkett had announced a couple weeks back she's now like part of this club or whatever for women, and she had announced that she's going through she was losing her hair. She what is it, alopecia? Is that alopecia? So she basically she just decided to embrace it and shave her head because she was literally losing patches of hair. Mm-hmm. Which is already kind of a hard thing for a woman to do. It's hair in general for women hair loss for women is a bigger stigma because women are supposed to be like, it's part of a femininity thing.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's for men too, but not.
Yeah, and for men, masculinity, that's why. But we also have more, we have Rollgain and we have like Hair Club for men and we have all of these like treatments, but women like, yeah, it does still exist actually. So I can understand the like, hey, I put myself out there. Now, mind you, Jada and Will have been very public about lots of things, even things that maybe we shouldn't know.
Too many things.
Like for the fact that like, hey, they're in an open marriage of some sort, but yet then it's just been weird. So with all that, it was very public that she was already kind of embracing this like thing. So Chris Rock on stage makes a joke, and he makes a bad joke. He makes a joke about G.I. Jane. It's a 25-year-old movie at this point. Like, yeah. It's a bad joke. I really wouldn't have been offended by it, but at the same time, everyone laughed, and apparently she didn't. And he laughed because he was like, oh, ha, ha. But I think he turned and looked at her and saw that she was like stone face. And at that moment, it was like, oh, crap. Like, she didn't like that. And that there was this moment of like, I should do something. And I think maybe he did too much. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they also might have been bad blood. Who knows? Chris Rock made fun of Jada Pinkett Smith a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like
so there had been some previous altercations and previous jokes made at her expense.
When you laugh at something and then your spouse is horrified about it, you overcompensate because you feel guilty. Well, that's fair, Dan. Speaking from experience, say, Dan, I can see how that works. Is your coffee at the right temperature, Joe? Is that?
It hasn't beeped at me, but it is getting more. It's at 127. I have it set to 131, so I'll get a notification when it finally gets to the full temp.
Unbelievable. That's amazing.
Oh, man.
Brandon, come on. That's like 7 different Reddit things all crammed into one sentence.
Look, again, on this show, we really talk a little bit. We've talked about this before. Masculinity in general and modern masculinity is very different. The old ancient cave dwelling masculinity of like, gotta defend my woman. women have their own voices. They can defend themselves. There's lots we here. I personally am, will try to adopt and have hopefully progressed from the teachings of like my father and all of that, my dad. And so I'm hopefully I'm a better person for it.
Yep.
And that said, I would have probably not reacted that way. I don't know how I would have reacted though, but then again, I'm not Will Smith.
But also, if you have the opportunity to slap Chris Rock,
you slap Chris Rock, right? You know what? So besides,
you made some jokes that maybe some slaps should come his way.
The opposite side of things, besides the slap and the slap heard around the world and all that, the moment the slap happened, my phone like gave me a notification.
Oh yeah, everyone was tuning into the
Oscars, finding out what's going on, and then after that, it overshadowed the entire award ceremony. Everything after that was, Questlove won an Oscar for a documentary. Did anyone know about that? Did the news talk about the fact that
pre-taped? I don't even know.
No, that one was actually Perfect Temperature.
Brought to you by whatever app that is.
It is Ember. It is a very expensive, stupid coffee mug. But Ember, please send me another one. I'm more than happy to take your 14-ounce mug. The 12
Jimmy Fallon, Summer Soul. There you go, Summer Soul. That's it. Summer
Soul. That was It was apparently a good documentary, and he won an Oscar for it, which is fantastic. But again, no one heard about it. Like everyone, it overshadowed everything.
It's because we like the hot gossip more than winning awards, right? That's
right. But then, plus Will Smith won. Yeah. He won the award. He won his first Oscar and for Best Actor.
That's his first Oscar?
Yeah, man. Like he had never won an Oscar before for all those other movies he'd done, like Pursuit of Happiness and all these other ones that are like what is it? Legend of Bagger Vance, I think was another one that was like a big one. They're Oscar nominated or whatever, but he didn't win it. And this one,
Day, I'm upset you didn't mention Independence Day.
That's it's a sci-fi. Sci-fi movies don't win Oscars. You and I both.
Avatar. What the fuck are you? What planet are you on?
It didn't win Best Picture. Like Dune won 6 awards, and Dune was nominated for Best Picture. It won 6 awards. By default, it should win the Best Picture. If it got 6 awards, that means it was automatically 6 things in categories that it was already the best of.
Was it like best costume and best score? It wasn't.
No, it was like best score, best music, best like choreography. But I mean, like at this point, it was like everything but Best Picture.
Yeah.
But sci-fi movies do not win.
Thank you. I mean, like. When you're on
no, because Kevin Kline was the lead actor to that one.
They both came on that set and said, you know what, I'm gonna put in a work day. This is a stupid movie. This is a stupid script. I'm putting in a work day though. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I should check it out again.
It's so bad. It's so bad. So bad. What's going on, Chance? Giant spiders in the third act. That's right. That's yeah. John Peters, anything with John Peters is going to put a spider in the third act. That should have been
Brandon. That's an excellent equivalent. The Kanye Taylor Swift. I'm gonna let you talk, but I'm gonna let you speak. But right when he
this reminds me of the Super Bowl. Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson, that it was just another like one of those faux pas moments. Of course, with all that said, an apology was issued. Will Smith did apologize, and
next day,
day, of course, after the media
his PR group and his psychologist cleric.
No, Chance, we're going to be talking about it. We're going to talk about it.
We're still talking about the Game Pass killer.
The Game Pass killer, I love it. Yeah, so that happened, and that was interesting to me. I don't really care about pop culture stuff like that, but I just definitely am sad for that type of like.
Sorry, can someone clip that and break it down to I don't care about pop culture stuff? Can we just make sure?
Well, I don't care about that particular pop culture, like celebrity news.
Out of context.
Take it out of context. All right, there you go.
That's what we're gonna
do. You need that wallpaper.
It's a nice wallpaper, The Mandalorian back there.
Yeah,
that's not a Destiny picture, right? That is Mandalorian back there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you got baby Grogu.
Yeah, Chance, I'm with you there. Chris Rock has been needing to be slapped for a while, for sure. He said some.
Yeah. Again,
we all have been though. To be fair to Chris, we all could have used a slap at some point on it.
Yeah, that said, again, it was his job. He was a comedian. I don't condone hitting a comedian, but There's a comedian that I follow online that pretty much I'll paraphrase what he said. He said pretty much when you make a joke at the expense of somebody, it's almost like an open invitation, right? Like at that point, it's a consequence. Whatever's going to happen for making that joke or roasting somebody, that just because it's a joke doesn't stop the person that you're roasting from like getting up and beating the crap out of you. And everyone's like, oh, it's a joke. I'm like, you chose that as your target.
Yeah.
You know, and if they choose to not be offended by it, okay. If they choose to be offended by it, you know, mess around, find out, right?
Okay, yeah, mess around, find out.
Mess around, find out. So, like, that's what happened. Again, I'm not saying that comedians should be hit or slapped or whatever, but maybe a little tact. I don't know. Maybe making fun of someone's medical condition a week after they announce it is weird to me as a pun of a joke, and a bad one at that. I don't know.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Chance.
Yes. We know what it is. We know what it is, sir. Thank you. I'm eventually going to try to get sponsors on this show.
Is that it? Chance, do you want to be a sponsor? Chance, would you like to sponsor our show? Let's talk about other things we have to pay for now. Can you break down the new Sony PS?
Oh, let me pull out my bulletin board, my spreadsheet.
Were you like a big whiteboard?
Yeah, whiteboard. I'm going to pull out a Peppa Sylvia. You know, man. So yeah.
Rolls, thank you very much, Rolls. Thank you for making that clip. That's going to come up later.
Oh man. Yeah. So last week, while you were gone, the week after, the day after Wednesday, there was already news speculation that PlayStation will announce its Game Pass.
The Game Pass killer.
It's Game Pass. You know, it's answer to Game Pass, and that of course happened. The rumors were true, and let's pull that up here. So, oh wait, no, that's not the right.
Is there like a simple infographic that can break it down as to what
they haven't made an infographic? And also, what's interesting,
somebody can make an infographic about their gigabit teraflops,
but
they can't break one down.
This announcement was so Sony. It was like meta Sony. They didn't even make a video, and it was just a wall of text.
Oh my gosh!
Like no pictures, no graphics, no infographic. It was just a blog post, and exactly what I'm going to show you right now was copy and pasted from Sony's page. So this is exactly how they presented it. This isn't them. This isn't a news site like regurgitating it. This is exactly
their
copy and paste.
PS Now plus Extreme Edition.
Yeah, right.
One of the services? I don't even know, Brendan. Is it Extreme?
No, it's not. But I mean, it should be, right? Or it might be. Who knows? So here it is. Let's start off with PlayStation Plus Essentials. So if you're familiar with PlayStation Plus in general, PlayStation Plus has been kind of their Xbox Live equivalent. It no more than that. It was the same as just regular plain old Xbox Live Gold, which means that you got to play online, plus some extra stuff. Like one of the things was you would get 2 monthly downloadable games, kind of like the games for Gold.
Xbox Gold, yeah.
Yeah. Xbox Gold, Xbox actually started doing that because PlayStation Plus was doing it. They were giving away 2 free games a month. Xbox started giving away, a few more games. Not very good games, mind you, but some games.
Oh, it's one shitty game. Yeah, it means 1 and 1. Usually.
Yeah, 1 and 1. You'd get a percentage, right? So there would be deals going on
a Gold gives you that as well. Sure.
Percentage. Cloud storage. So this is a big one because this one is still behind a paid. While Microsoft and Xbox in general, you don't even have to pay for anything. You got cloud saves for free. They were just part of the Xbox.
I've had cloud saves since the 360.
Yeah, since the 360 they've been around, and they were sort of around. They were late in the PS4 or early PS4, late PS3 age. But anywho, they've always been behind PlayStation Plus. You can't take advantage of them outside of PlayStation Plus.
So Dan, yes, Nintendo charges for cloud saves, but Nintendo is like,
that's right, late PS3. So I do remember PS3 adding cloud saves, and they were behind PlayStation Plus for sure. And then online multiplayer access, right? So that was
like default. Like, may as well offer your games will work on PlayStation Plus,
right? Because at one point PSN was free. like that you required no service, and that was one of the big like contention points of like, oh, why am I going to buy an Xbox when I could just buy PS3 and it would be free? One of the big downsides to that was they had no money for like security infrastructure, which caused that giant PS3 hack that brought down the service for like a month and a half.
I don't
right around the holidays. It was a few years ago, like before the PS3 and the PS.
I never played the PlayStation after too, so I didn't keep track of any of that stuff.
Yeah, so PS.
I never owned a PlayStation that was online.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't. You had a PS2. That was it.
Yeah, that was.
So basically nothing has changed here. The only difference is that they added the word essential, right? So and essentially, you need this basic package to
PlayStation Plus budget. It sounds like budget edition.
Look, man, a few years ago to me, I'm 40. A few years ago was like half your lifetime. Like, come at me, bro. I'm an old man. A few years ago.
Look, Dan mentions the hack as well. I don't even remember this when all the movies got leaked. Oh, all right. Chances like I'm 35. All right, my sweet summer child. I see you now at 35. Hit me up in 10 years.
Yeah, right. So the great Sony hack, PSN, Sony Online, it got a double whammy. EQs under SC. Yeah, it was down for 45 days. Yep, exactly right. So
like people remember it like 1,000-yard stairs.
Yeah.
The North Korea hack was 10 years ago, though. That feels like just yesterday.
It was 2011. Okay, so it was 11 years ago. Fair enough. Oof. So yeah, it was a long time ago. I definitely was before the PS4, right? So it was midway through the PS3.
11 years ago. What a time to be alive.
Right, I was having my first kid.
Yeah, what a different time.
So anywho, one of the first tiers that they added was PlayStation Plus Extra.
PlayStation Plus Extra.
So PlayStation Plus Extra here is this is the big one, right? This is the equivalent of Game Pass at this point. They're adding up to 400. Now that number seems very big. Just 400.
Xbox classes, they say 300 plus, right?
Yeah, 300 plus. But this one says as a category of up to 400.
Up to 400 could be one. I just want to make that clear. Up to 400 means they could add one and still fulfill the requirements of the pass.
Chance, that's I don't know how many PlayStation now have.
Oh, did we lose Joe? Look at that. Joe lost. Probably because he's using a different camera this week, folks. Oh, wait, maybe it's me. All right, so Joe is the one that's gone, hilariously. Let me see if I can do it like this. Was that working? Can you see? Can you see me now? Does that work? What's up, shit? Oh, this is cracking me up. So it looks like Joe is there. There we go. All right, back on. Again, the technical aspect here is not why I'm here. Solo cautious. At first you thought, yep, this is it. Then my plan is now revealed. I took off 2 weeks to plan my coup. Like a leader in exile, I have taken over the show. You can see I spent some time building my Dwarven Forge in the background back there, all of that nice Dwarven Forge terrain. I now have it all. We could talk board games and D&D this week. Is that what we're going to talk about? Let's see if I can bring up some board game stuff. No, I tease. Here he is in the little screen.
Chrome just decided to go, you know what? No. I was like, what happened, Chrome? All right.
I was about to bring Dan Camp in because apparently he's the backup host / producer.
That's right.
No, they thought I had completed the coup, Joe. They thought I had finally kicked you off.
Oh, finally!
My plan all along. Adam, that's with fair. Where are the Napoleonic minis? I finished the cavalry. Actually, I should put up a picture, and then I've got my infantry ready to go. Not ready to go, but I've got a good method of painting them. Wait, Dan, you got thoughts about D&D? Let's bring it on. But first, Joe, you're going to bring up the PlayStation Plus Premium.
Extra. Yeah. Well, I was trying to get there. Now I got to pull up that freaking tab again because.
Chance comes back with 800 games, supposedly on the PlayStation Now.
Supposedly, right? Like I really honestly I would like to see someone that actually has PlayStation Now and tell me how it's been, because it's been mostly streaming, like because it doesn't do backwards compatibility.
Don't you have PlayStation Now?
No, I have Plus. So now was their quote unquote Game Pass, but it was more like, here's a way to play PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games without downloading them. And
You
so
have PlayStation Plus, Xbox Pass,
yeah,
and Nintendo Pass, right?
Right.
How many games would you estimate you have in like those services total? 1,500?
Yes.
All right.
At least, right?
But that still doesn't add up to the number of unplayed games you have on your Steam account, right?
Correct.
All right. Just making sure.
Absolutely correct. But don't come at me with this. What is this? When you come at me with that, you come at all gamers, because we all have a huge backlog, right? All of our backlogs are absolutely genuine.
I don't have a huge backlog.
You say that, you just choose to ignore it. There are tons of games that you probably wanted to play, but you don't own them, right?
So, Dan, you mentioned the Star Trek network. I was thinking about dropping Netflix to pick up Paramount for a month or two to catch up on the Star Treks.
But then don't they give you like a big old, like a 30-day trial or whatever with Xbox Game Pass?
Yeah, I do, but I can't watch it all in 30 days, dude. Like that's a lot of TV in 30 days.
Yeah, but I think that expires in a couple months, so just wait till the end so that you can then catch up on a bunch of it, right?
Yeah. That's true. I gotta optimize it.
Anywho, PlayStation, the premium option, this is the big one here, and this is the one that kind of annoys me a little bit. Adds up to a 340 additional, right? So take the 400, add the 340
additional. 800 games. Yeah, PlayStation
that's a lot. PS3 games are available via cloud. So essentially nothing has changed from PS Now, from PSN Now, or PlayStation Now, or PlayStation Network Now, or whatever it's called. And which means that Sony is not investing in any type of emulation or any type of like native play or download play of PS3 games at all. So again, this leads me to believe that I think no one at Sony knows how the PlayStation 3 architecture works. I don't think there's anyone left at the company that knows how it works, because no one seems to want to invest any time in like trying to get any of those games to play natively on modern hardware. And then here's another one, a category of classic games available in both streaming and download options. So this one makes me timid here. I'm like very confused. Both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation 2 and PSP generations. All three of those systems will play on most Android phones at this time. Yeah. So like emulation wise, there should be no excuse that any of those are streaming, but we'll see what that means. The downside to all of this is that this one is $17.99 a month.
$18
or $18 a month, or $120 a year. And the classic games are they're blocked, right? Like you can only play these games. You can't buy them individually. You can't just say, I'm going to buy PlayStation Essential and then pick up a couple of PlayStation 1 titles from the store. All of these titles are locked behind this paywall, this higher tier paywall.
The Xbox Pass is similar, right? Or the Xbox Gold. I don't own those games. I get on the Gold.
Well, you don't, but you can. If you don't have Xbox Game Pass and you wanted to buy, let's say, you wanted to buy, Black, the shooter game, the old Xbox original game. You can go to the Xbox.
I can buy a digital version.
You can buy a digital version and play it, and then own it. It's part of your library. You don't need Game Pass. You don't need another tier. You could just buy the game. That's what annoys me here. It seems like the PSP games, the PS2 games, and the PS1 games, it's not really backwards compatibility. It's just part of the service.
Right.
They're gonna play. Most of them are gonna play natively, I think, from the wording here. Some are streaming. Most of them, but
download them, maybe.
But again, you don't own them. You can't buy them. And what if I do own them? Because there's a lot of individuals, me including, I own quite a few PlayStation 1 and PSP games that I've purchased on the digital storefront that were part of the PlayStation 3 and the PSP storefront. So at one point in time, you could buy PlayStation 1 games.
I thought they were all closed.
The stores are still open. They stopped the closure, right?
Oh, okay, that's right.
And but I own a bunch of games. I own, same. I see. There we go.
I know Crisis 1 and 2.
Yeah, and those games are expensive right now. I think for any of my retro fans here, if you wanted to buy Dino Crisis 1 and 2, I think those games are, I think that they're 40, 50, 60 bucks, I think, give or take, for, a game that, I mean, technically shouldn't be worth that much. I think but the PSN version is like $14 or $9.99 or something like that.
Which is about the right price.
Yeah. For an older retro game like that, I think that's a good price for it. And he owns it. So Chance owns it, right? Remaster, right? That's what we want. Now, a lot of people want to remaster that. So Chance owns these games. He owns them on the PlayStation Network. He has a license for them, but he's not going to be able to play. Now, I'm speculating here. It would be nice if at the last minute, when we get more news on this, they say all of the games that you had purchased in the old library will transfer over because you own a digital license for it.
Right, which would make sense. You own a legit license. It's backwards compatible on their service. You should be able to play it on their service. Yeah.
Right, because again, if this is really right, and Chance, that's so funny you said, because I mean, I'm not saying you've owned more Sony than Xbox, but at the same time, it's interesting. You're not the first person I've heard that say that were really pro Sony and not so much Xbox, but I've really turned on them. And again, I own both systems. I'm very happy to own both systems, but I have to see where the value is. And a lot of individuals are saying, oh, well, we get better games. Another big thing here, and one of the big caveats, is that with Xbox Game Pass, all first party studio games are day one Game Pass.
Yep.
So anything Bethesda puts out, anything Microsoft Studios in general puts out, will be day one Game Pass for free. Sony will not be doing that. They actually said, let me see if I can find the quote on it, though, because the quote was fun on here. Here we go. Premium tier subscription will also get access to original PlayStation 2, PSP for limited time. No tier promises to provide day one access to new releases a la Game Pass. In an interview with Game Industries, Ryan said, we feel if we were to do that with games that we make at PlayStation Studios, the level of investment that we need to make in our studios would not be possible. And we think the knock-on effect on the quality of the games that we make would not be something that gamers want. I want to remind everyone that the Oscar-winning movie this year was Coda on a subscription service. There are tons of movies and TV shows that are blowing everything away out there from network TV to be on subscription services. So,
yeah, I mean, it's unfair comparison because those services have a shit ton of capital because investors believe that they have monopolies. So they're investing in thinking the money will be worth forever. Sony does not have a monopoly. But yes, I agree with you.
But they are Sony Entertainment. Like, we're not talking about a smaller company. We're not talking about Intellivision here, where, we're talking about Sony. Like, this is Sony Entertainment.
No, you're right.
Who owns studios.
Yeah, they own studios. They make tons of money. Yeah. It also seems weird that they, like, what Xbox Pass has, what, 20 million subscribers?
Yeah.
It seems
here we go. So Dan put it up here. This is the price of a retro copy of Dino Crisis 1 and 2.
Why is 2 worth more than 1?
Because it was lower print game.
Oh, harder to find. Okay, all right.
Harder to find.
1 would be harder to find. Yeah.
Frank, it's really a shit attempt as it is. If you haven't previously via PSN, it would be nice to have them now. Yeah, so yeah, they're going the Nintendo route. And again, not to say that Sony is the only one doing this. Nintendo does this. A good example is the Wii Game Shop. I bought Mario Brothers.
All right, listen, Nintendo.
I know. We constantly say Nintendo does their own thing, but we
have to lives in its own little world.
But
no matter what they do, the fans will buy their garbage.
I get it, but we have to compare where the comparison is valid here, and the validation here is that these two companies now have a pedigree of libraries, and if I bought it digitally at one point, that library goes away. I should be able to bring it over.
Come on, so you guys missed me. You guys miss me.
Oh man,
Kirby is garbage. All right, I said it. There's the hot take for you. Kirby is garbage.
Wow, hot takes. So, I mean, what does chat think about this? Do y'all think that a game coming out day one is not high quality? Like, do you think just because it's part of a subscription service day one, it's a lower tier game than something that you have to pay $70 for? Because again, first party games on Sony PlayStation 5 are $70. They're $69.99. And here's the sad comparison here is that again, I've talked about it on the show before. The show, published by PlayStation Studios, it is a PlayStation Studio game, MLB title, but because the MLB wants the game to be multi-platform, it has been released on Xbox and PlayStation for the past 2 years. Both games, last year and this year, were day one Game Pass.
And you have to buy it.
You have to buy it on PS5, and it's a PlayStation Studio game. So there are more players playing the game that they invested money in on the Xbox Game Pass than on the Sony PlayStation.
Yeah. I wonder, like, that big splash of money on opening weekend is really where it's at, right? I feel like that's where folks really get on. That's where game companies, that's where their bonuses are tied to. Their whole economy is based on that big splash, not on the subscription service.
Right, but so when I think about
Microsoft money, it's a lot harder to.
When I think about the idea, the long-term effect here is that Microsoft wants people to just keep feeding the machine.
Yeah.
And for example, if I'm paying for PlayStation Premium at $20 a month, right? The average cost of a game is $70 or $60 for most retailers. And most people will buy maybe 4 games a year. I'm spitballing here. The average, 4 major games at full price.
Do you think the average gamer buys 4 games a year?
Do you think so? Is that number too high?
20.
No, I'm talking about full price, not on sale. You buy 20 games at full price?
Not me. No. I would say the average gamer buys like 2, if not, I would say 2 a month.
Okay, 2 a month. That's
2 a month. Yeah.
Really?
1 every other. I mean, how many were you buying before subscription services a month? I mean, I was probably buying 2 a month.
I mean, maybe 2 months, but I felt like my heavy months were always either the fall, where all the big releases were coming out, or the occasional 1 or 2 games that came out during the, this front-loaded 2022 has been weird because I've never seen this many quality titles get released before summer. Yeah. A lot of these titles are always pushed.
That's true. Yeah. So I think, folks, it's interesting, right? So a lot of folks, do you pay for a subscription, which then gives you access to buy the game? It's included in the subscription rolls. So like on the Xbox Pass, Halo was a day one drop. Gears of War was a day one drop. That's
all of the big. So anything that's owned by Microsoft, and that's the key here.
Right away, day one.
That doesn't mean that. Right. So I think that's the mentality, is that straight to streaming equals straight to DVD, but that's not the case nowadays. We're getting high quality
content. Yeah.
We're getting high quality content. We're getting Netflix and Amazon and all of that buying. The way it used to work in Hollywood, right, was a writer would go to a studio. The studio would then they pitch it to the studio. The studio would go, okay, we're going to make it. But then at that point, once it's being made, that doesn't mean it would be released. Sometimes another investor would come in and go, hey, we want to invest in it. And then that would give them the money to kind of mass produce it, as opposed to limited.
They would have to pitch it to the theaters next, right?
Right. So same thing. Studios are making these movies, but then they don't release them to theaters. Then Amazon and Netflix have come in and been like, we were going to buy the rights to that movie. That's what happened with what is it? Hotel Transylvania 4, the last one. Like all the trailers up till like 2 months before release were like, coming to theaters. And then they were like, last minute they pulled it, and then they were like, oh, coming to Amazon Prime day one. Amazon paid the big
bags of money. Like,
that happened with Coming to America 2 as well, right? Like that was a movie that's supposed to come out in theaters, but then COVID happened and all of that, and Amazon was like, we'll just pay for the publishing and we'll throw it up on our service day one.
It's wild.
So that's these games, these studios, a lot of these indie developers are actually profiting from this.
Like, I think so. They're all caring.
Right, because there's so many indie titles that come out, smaller, under the radar, not AAA games that have come out day one that I've played. A perfect example is Tunic.
People are loving Tunic.
It's a fantastic game, and yes, it had decent buzz to come out. But if it had been a pay-for game and not a day one release on Game Pass for people to be able to play, Elden Ring would have still squashed it. People would have not picked it up. But people literally put down Elden Ring to play Tunic because they heard good things.
I'm gonna take a little break and play this one,
and it was free on Game Pass.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. Like
here's a game, Sifu, right? That's an interesting one, right?
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
Digital for $40 or the Steelbook that's coming out in May for $50.
So, and again, on this show, I have said that I like physical, right?
Yeah,
and
so you'd probably buy the Steelbook.
I'd buy the Steelbook because it is a physical copy, and it's a small enough game that there's no additional pack-in. If there's DLC later, it's a smaller DLC as opposed to being half of the game missing from the disc or the cart or whatever.
Well, it's gotten some updates, right? They didn't have an easy mode. They didn't have.
All games get updates nowadays, but nothing is stopping me from popping the game in and playing it without internet access. I just will miss out on some things, but some games are missing half of the game, right?
Yeah.
So, do you guys think it's a cultural thing? Being that's Yes, that's absolutely correct, and that's an interesting topic that you bring up. There is definitely some stigma. Japan has, there have been articles written about this. I'm not really just making this up off the cuff here. The Japanese way and the culture of business is changing, but there's a lot of old guard there that were taught by older guard, right? At Nintendo and Sony. And they're really pushing against. So you've got these like American leaders like Ryan here, like Jim Ryan at Sony, who is probably pushing towards these new features, but he really has to say the company line that Sony of Japan is telling him to say. But I guarantee you, he's talked about this streaming.
He's got the numbers. He did the pitch and he was shot down.
Yeah, he was shot down.
All right, Mom. Yes, I'm here. I'm back. Thanks, Mom.
Without permission.
I don't have to get. You're not the boss of me,
Mom. Let's see here.
Cost more for the physical, right? Yes.
Yeah. Physical will always cost more because there's actually production. There's physical thing to touch, but digital copies.
There's more plastic you need to throw out, guys.
There's more plastic to throw out, right? If you throw them out, I beg to differ, she says.
For all the philanthropy, Bill Gates has always been about the bottom line and how much money he can make. Yes. And then he made a ton of
everyone's about money.
Yeah. We live in a capitalist world. Brandon, what are you about? Cash rules everything around me. Come on. Servers are expensive to maintain too. What servers for networks? With Amazon, I don't think anything's I don't know. I think it's weird that people use servers as an excuse not to do this stuff. It's not expensive to put up servers nowadays. Just put them up. Let's go.
Yeah, also let's not talk like servers aren't being provisioned by other people, right? Like we've got big companies out there like Amazon and Microsoft that have big giant backends.
Maybe Sony doesn't want to pay Amazon,
but they do, right? Like they have to. It is literally
they're better for security reasons, right? That's
right. So these companies invest and while we think about people not like talking to each other, as fans, we know that SDKs are written on Windows and all these things are being shared and there's memory. A good example is Apple. Is a company that like, phone, we wouldn't touch anything, but behind the scenes, like, hey, Samsung, you making our displays for us? Yes, you're making the displays this year. Hey, we're gonna need memory for our new phones. Okay, sounds good. Like there's all these companies and business deals that happen behind the scenes, but the forefront, everyone's like, Microsoft would never help Nintendo and and Sony. They're all working together behind the scenes.
They're all making that money, and they're all owned by BlackRock, right? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, there we go. AWS is a big part of virtual services. Amazon Web Services. Without those Amazon Web Services, a lot of these online services, when Amazon Web Services go down, you're like, why is Facebook down? Why is all this down? It's like, because everyone is running off of it. But
why is everything down?
Yeah, exactly. IT guys have to blame when they don't know what's going on.
That's servers are glitching all the time. The servers are glitching. It must be a server side issue. Let me figure out what I got to reboot the server.
So let's talk about the other big piece of news here, and I'm going to play
another big piece of news.
I'll play the video just so that everyone can kind of see it if they weren't aware.
I'm not.
And I'll just say what the video is about. Nintendo this morning, again, right after Sony announced this, it was like 40 minutes later. It all happened early, before noon, before 11 a.m., I think, on all time zones. Nintendo released a video saying that they were delaying Breath of the Wild. This was 100% a 2022 title. This is the game that everyone been waiting for this year, and it has now been delayed to spring 2023. So this was their video announcing that.
That was a disturbance in the force, I heard.
Yeah. It was.
こんにちは。ゼルダの伝説シリーズプロデューサーの青沼です。
You're getting an echo.
ゼルダの伝説ブレスオブザワイルド続編。
Now we're getting no sound.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. I will do that again.
Dan, you're fired. You're fired, Dan. Worst producer ever. Look, Chance is like, don't remind me about this. Too soon, bro. Too soon, says Chance. The sound is really important on this video. Well, I mean, you're our sound guy, Dan. I don't know what's going on here.
シリーズプロデューサーの青沼です。
Yep. And without the echo.
ゼルダの伝説ブレスオブザワイルド続編の発売時期に関してお知らせがあります。本作は2022年に発売を予定しているとお伝えしていましたが、開発にもう少しお時間をいただきたく、発売を2023年春に変更させていただきたいと思います。楽しみにお待ちいただいている皆様、大変申し訳ありません。
I'm so sorry.
続編の舞台は前作ブレスオブザワイルドでの地上フィールドだけでなく、空の上にも広がると前回お伝えしましたが、拡張された世界はこれだけではなく、そこで皆さんを待ち受ける新たな出会いや新たな遊びも前作以上に多彩なものとなっています。そうした続編での体験を特別なものにするべく、開発チーム一同引き続き総力を挙げて取り組んでいきますので、
All right.
今しばらく
So please wait a while longer. Like we have a choice.
今回のお知らせは以上となります。ありがとうございました。
Thank you. At least he's not wearing a T-shirt under the suit jacket.
You're right, and then of course that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're just like, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. I'm like, you don't apologize anything to us. Like, well, you don't owe us an apology. But then, you know.
Yeah, they do. They do. All right. Nintendo owes us a lot of apologies.
Yes, well, about
not
other things.
Crap.
Totally. Not for this. For sure.
Love the graffiti. Are you talking about the images?
I think the wallpaper.
Yeah.
No, this definitely Nintendo is interesting. This is the way they do things. Again, we talk about Japanese. We just talked about Sony and how they do things. And Nintendo, again, this was a very Nintendo way of doing things. Like, hey, here's our great game. We promised this day. It's not happening. We apologize to the fans, but we are going to do so much better. We're, please wait. It's going to happen. Let's put out this video about it. Not a presser, a video. For a bit of news that could have been an email.
Yes.
And vice versa. Sony was like, hey, here's all these new tiers and complicated plans and what you get, what you don't get. We're going to put it on an email and not put a video.
4 tiers, no infographic.
Infographic.
You should not be allowed to put out anything like that.
The Japanese class are, we're interested. You're taking Japanese. That's awesome, Double Day.
I didn't about 15%.
I didn't give him credit for putting a video out in lieu of cold press release saying that it's getting pushed back. Yeah, no, it does. Absolutely rolls. And that's definitely the way that Nintendo tends to do things sometimes. It's weird. I think a big enough franchise and a big enough game like Breath of the Wild 2, it would have felt a lot of ripping and tearing and rending of the fans online.
Still, I'm sure they were still ripping and rending.
I'm sure, but when you get a video of oh, we're so sorry, it's like, oh, okay.
It's just a little bit of this thing. I won't yell at you, right? Like that.
Yeah.
You guys look a little sad. There you go.
Yeah, and
a lot of people are waiting on this. Just wait.
This is now. Here's some speculation here, folks. If I don't know about you, and there was some analysis of the video. People are saying that those clips from the video are running a little bit higher res than normal. That could be just because they were re-edited for this video, but there is speculation that they're pushing this out for spring because we might be getting a new revision of hardware.
Oh my God.
Come next. It's totally possible. Again, I'm not saying that that's true, but let's talk about my clock speed. I will probably talk about that at the end of the show.
Is this Nintendo's next big release since Animal Crossing?
Pretty much, honestly. Rolls, we laugh. They have released a few big ones like Metroid Dread and all that, but
wasn't there like there was a Super Mario Brothers? Wasn't there in between?
No, they released. Well, there was the Bowser's Fury, but that was like a small, like almost like a DLC pack of a game. It was very small pack-in that came in. They released the OLED revision of the Switch, which came out with Metroid Dread, and that's pretty much it. And then they've had a few Pokemon releases. Yeah, right. So Legends Arceus sold 6.5 million. That was a big one.
Is that a Pokemon game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, it was a big Pokemon release.
Pokemon. No, that's the Nintendo one.
Yeah, so the Pokemon games have been without fail. But
so all right, we got two people saying definitely getting updated hardware because that's how Nintendo does it. All right, so dropping Breath of the Wild 2 on the new hardware makes sense.
Ring Fit, hello. Yeah, I mean, again, this is one of those things where it seems suspicious to me. The game might not be delayed, but with manufacturing and chip shortages, they're not able to produce what they want to for the next, revision or the next Switch Pro or whatever they're releasing. And so maybe, just maybe, we're getting an updated version of, because I mean, we're going at 5 years with the Switch, which is not a long time, but longer.
It's not a long time.
It is a pretty long time in a console landscape that we have now, right? So I don't know, man. This is
fair, I guess. Well, I mean, the Xbox One was what, 9 years?
No, Xbox One was 2015 to 2019, right? So 20. It wasn't 2020. Was it 2020? Like 2020. So it was a 5-year window.
5 years. What was the one before that?
The one before the 360 had a very long.
No, the Xbox One was at least 7 years, right?
No.
There's no fucking way I only owned the Xbox for 5 years.
Yeah,
I would have never.
It was like 2013. Was it
There you
13?
go. 7 years. That was like
7 years. Okay.
Years.
Was it 13? I thought it was 15.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Brandon. I love it when I'm right. It's good to be back, y'all.
This guy. And 2005 for the 360 for sure on that one. It was November 25th, 2005 for 360. So 05 to 20. So that one was a bigger window for sure. I do remember that.
There you go. What are you guys, what is everyone rocking? It's been 2 weeks. Are you still playing Elden Ring, y'all? All right. Mom, I don't know.
I love it. I'm promoting her. What is she?
I don't know that I deserve this.
I'm starring that one.
I'm right all the time, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know it until later. Raid on Parade. That's a phenomenal little puzzle game. Good choice, Dan. Lots of fun. Great for the kids. I just beat Guardians of the Galaxy last night.
Yeah, and Chance, I'm guessing you were playing that on Game Pass. Am I correct? I know it got put up on Game Pass, and that's where everyone's been playing it now.
Yeah, I started it up, and my wife was watching me play, and she's like, "What is this? Are you in the 70s? Are you a kid in the 70s? What is this game?" Because it starts with the sequence at the beginning. She's like, "What are you doing? Just looking at posters." I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know how to play this game. It's Guardians of the Galaxy." All right. Well, that's.
Yes. Yeah. So rule of thumb with the Game Pass thing, if you're new to it, and because I know that you had just recently got a Series X, is like buying games day one, third party. You never know when they'll drop on Game Pass. First party ones, you'll know they'll come, but third party, if you're going to choose the Series X, you might have to wait a little bit.
Wait a little while.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Borderlands will eventually come. Oh, Brandon's playing Witcher 3 with mods.
Yeah, that's a good one. Reading books like on a Kindle or like actual paper ones. That's interesting.
It's analog. It's reading books. What are you reading, Double Day? What are you rocking now? I just finished Michael Shore's How to Be Perfect, which was a fun little philosophical book. If you get the chance to check that out.
All right.
Dan, no surprise, started a retro game, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
Good one.
Stories.
That's a good start.
I'm playing Young Souls 2-player with my daughter. Harder than I thought, but a lot of fun. Good brawler, actually. And the boss are a little Dark Soul-y.
I'm about halfway through Tunic.
Okay, Tunic.
Really liking it a lot. I'm loving it. If you are If you're familiar with the game, or go pick it up on Steam if you've got a PC, or if you've got Xbox, put it on Game Pass. It's available right now. It is essentially top-down Breath of the Wild with Dark Soul style gameplay stuff.
It turns me off so much.
I know, I hate that terminology, but like you can tell for this, like some of that, like, hey, you die and it leaves your soul left behind. You can go pick up your stuff, and at the same time, the campfires are not saying the campfires belonged to Dark Souls, but like that adventuring. Also, the game tells you nothing, so that's more of the Breath of the Wild,
which drives me crazy.
Yeah, so one of the great things about Tunic, which I've loved, is that the game tells you nothing. All of the UI is written in a different language.
Oh, great!
And as you're playing the game, you pick up pieces of paper, floating like golden pieces of paper. And you pick them up. It adds a sheet of paper into your inventory, and it's a piece of the instruction booklet, which then tells you.
That's too indie.
No, it's so good.
The trash bit of history for me. No, I'll probably pick it out.
Yeah, it is
fantastic. Going to be on Super Sale. Yep, you're not wrong. That's going to be on sale.
That's going to be on sale. I got a whole extra copy of Borderlands 3 on PC from Humble Bundle, from my Humble Choice thing. So
Brendan Brown says reading the Witcher Compendium as well. There you go.
I read the first 3 books. Or when I say read, I audibled them. And they were fantastic. I loved them.
The 3 original books?
Yeah, the first 3. I started chronologically. I went and found which one should I read? And from the first 2 books, a lot of those because they're short stories, right? If you've ever read those books,
they're like snippets, scenes of life. Kind of
you don't know where they take place in the timeline. They just happen. They jump back and forth. But a lot of the books or the short stories took place through episodes of The Witcher on the show. So that was fun to see those take place.
Rolls says currently reading The Operator by one of the SEALs of the Bin Laden raid. Playing Turok 2, also a retro game on the
N64. Good job.
Watching Loki, but about to give up 3 episodes in. Wow.
Oh, keep going, sir. Loki, I think, Pedro, I think that was your favorite one, right? Loki?
He was my favorite one, yeah.
Yeah, Loki was one of my favorite ones for sure. It was so good.
It gets better, Rolls, but if it hasn't captured me by episode 3, I don't know if you can manage it. Reading Tolkien's, all right, getting ready for the series, the TV series.
The Ring, yeah, the Lord of the Rings, the Amazon series.
Very nice. Mom, I know you don't need to get ready as you've memorized them. So
okay, Loki does get better. Yes,
Loki does get better. Yep, that's very true. Look at this. Loki does get better, and then no, I have not read Way of Kings. Is that a fantasy book, a science fiction book? What is it here? What else you got? What else we got? Folks are and Dan wants to know: is anyone going to watch Moon Knight? Yes, I will. Of course,
starting tomorrow. You know what?
Yeah,
this might be the one series that my wife has been like, "We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it tomorrow." She's like really digging the visuals for the show. So,
yeah, the visuals.
Yeah, of course, the visuals. Being Oscar Isaacs, right? Like
the view.
So good. I mean, I already lusted over Oscar Isaacs on Dune, so like I can.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't need to watch him on anything but Dune.
Yeah, exactly.
He's always going to be my Duke.
Got comics for that. Like a mom pulling out the I don't need to watch it. For that.
My mom is the original nerd.
Bachelor, just not my type of show. One of those shows that's more background noise than anything.
That's very
I think if I remember correctly, I don't remember the 3rd episode might have been the one where they landed on the planet, right? And the apocalypse starts happening, right? Is that maybe the end of the 3rd episode?
That's the 4th. The show doesn't really unlock the mystery until the 4th.
Yeah,
it has a similar problem as Hawkeye, where they don't do a good job. Oh no, Mandalorian, not Mandalorian, whatever that stupid show was.
Book of Boba.
Yeah, they just don't introduce the good villain until later. Too late for you to really enjoy it. So, Hawkeye, I love. Chance, I didn't mean Hawkeye. I meant Book of Boba, which was boring.
Hawkeye was also one of my favorites.
Spoilers, what?
You can't spoil Loki now. It was a year ago.
Well, Rose hasn't seen it, but.
Well, we haven't spoiled anything on it, actually.
I don't think maybe I did spoil something.
No.
We've heard my thoughts on Obi-Wan, right?
No, you were gone when we talked about it. Like I mentioned it, and you were gone. That was 2 weeks ago when we talked about.
Yeah. Maybe I need to watch the trailer, get a refresh. But I remember being like, "Oh, okay." Here's another Star Wars that I don't care about. You didn't like Book of Boba? Chance? No, I did not like Book of Boba. We talked about this. It was dumb. It was really, really dumb. It was really dumb. But it takes place on Tatooine.
So does this. So does the trailer for this.
They all do. They all do.
The fight is done.
Yep, waste of time.
Lost.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. See, my mom's always looking out for me.
Obi-Wan over here looking at little kids.
Pedophile, not at all.
The key
There was no
to hunt
Disney.
Jedi.
Double Day. Nothing's out of price range. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, look, it's an Inquisitor.
Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail.
I do dig this like story mode. Like Jedi have to help; they won't
The
not
Jedi
help. So it's
code
almost
is
like
an itch.
I'll let you
almost-
Qui-Gon.
He cannot help it.
right.
I mean-
we cannot interfere in their ways. What are you doing? That's totally. Qui-Gon, bring that one back. Worst Jedi.
Best. Sweet rooftop fights, birds. Yes, hope survives. I remember this. Oh my gosh, Dad, that's pretty much the name of the Star Wars deck guide, right? Was that Palpatine's voice? I think I heard Palpatine.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is definitely one of those like shows where we know again. Back to my like, we know how it ends. Like, how much more could you ruin it by?
Oh, do we?
Or do we? Right? Like,
because now you've set up a total retcon of the original trilogy, with all of this backstory that they're rewriting. Like, where the fuck were the Inquisitors when Luke Skywalker was learning how to be a Jedi? Why doesn't Yoda have to deal with any fucking Inquisitors? None of that shit makes sense. In the focus of episodes 4, 5, 6, none of them make sense.
Yeah.
The Imperial Guard talks to Darth Vader in that meeting like, "You're dead religion." They got Inquisitors searching for Jedi. How does any of this? It makes me so. I cannot wait for the reboot of Episode 4. Both for the nerds screaming in terror at the reboot, and for it actually starting to work, actually coming together in a grand.
The Disney cut where they just cut out everything and just make it all new again with like more info. That's what they'll do. They'll do it animated. They'll basically they'll do episode 1 from a different time. Like they'll take new characters and put them in the exact same movie. So like you'll see Luke run by, but it's actually like another Jedi running around doing other things. But none of it matters because the original movies are the original framework.
They threw out all the other canon, right? Why wouldn't they eventually throw out episode 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, it'll be episode 4, 5, 6, side B.
Side B. Yes, we can take all. Yeah. It'll be great because now we can finally settle the question: did Han shoot first? No, of course not.
No, right? Because there was someone actually in the other side of the bar that shot.
Han didn't shoot at all.
Han didn't shoot at all. Ooh, I'm for that.
Yeah, why not?
I'm for that.
Whatever. And Princess Leia can be computer generated forever, right? We could just make it a horror show all the way through. Can we have more Jar Jar? Yeah, sure.
As long as he is the Sith that the group of Jedi fight in the reboot of 4, 5, and 6 that are happening side by side. It's on a lower deck of the Death Star. So like while Luke is fighting Darth Vader and the Emperor on Return of the Jedi, there's 2 other Jedi that are secretly fighting Jar Jar. The true Emperor, the true puppet master.
You're giving it all away, Joe. Yeah. You're giving this away for free.
Yeah, of course I'm giving it all away.
Call me. We got a great plot here. Got half the script written already. I hope Jar Jar dies and hope you won't. Imagine like episode 3 of Obi-Wan, he gets like a letter from Jar Jar and then Jar Jar visits him. That's what you need to get. Call him John. Misa thinks you hiding well, Obi-Wan. Like it's gonna be great.
Georgia, Obi, yay! He just comes in.
Trying to
I was
hide
hiding, Jar Jar. How did you find me? I can find you anywhere. Ah!
you should not hide from me.
You shouldn't hide from me.
Oh God.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
no.
Jar Jar's
So speaking of old hat and things we thought came out, we have a new trailer for Top Gun Maverick that came out today.
I thought that dropped.
Well, it was supposed to come out in 2020, summer of 2020. I think I showed you that I had gotten a cup at my movie theater
That's
that
right.
had like
yeah.
Mavericks June 2020. They shelved the movie for 2 years. And now we're getting a new trailer. So it looks like they probably have recut this movie like who knows how many times to get like the perfect movie.
It distilled
it.
essence.
So here, let's watch this trailer together because
Hour
I
and a
haven't
half
seen
of
it.
People playing volleyball on the beach.
Oh God, I hope so. So greased up. Can't wait.
Just
Gotta watch this trailer.
why is this movie happening?
I don't know why.
Who asked for this? You're totally right, Chance.
We have here. Here I thought we were special.
Fellas, this here's Bagman.
Hangman.
Oh, whatever.
What kind of mission is this?
Tom Cruise is like 84 years old and he's like, I could still do
Everyone here is
this.
the best there is. Who the hell are they going to get to teach us?
Oh, my eyes rolled. I'm sorry.
Who says that?
Pete Maverick Mitchell. Let me be perfectly blunt. You are not my first choice. You are here at the request of Admiral Kazansky, aka Iceman. He seems to think that you have something left to offer the Navy. What that is, I can't imagine.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
Are we tired of his like smarmy smile yet? Like he does it in every movie. He can get away with it.
Rolls has summed it up pretty well. Inside the plane, not hanging on the outside.
Does Will Smith come in here and slap Tom Cruise?
I don't know. Does this take place in 2021, 2022?
I don't know. Whatever.
Into combat on a level no living pilot's ever seen.
Who are they fighting?
You think up there you're dead. Believe me.
Uzbekistan. Let's make up some new country, you know.
Oh God.
I believed in you. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
The same mistake as who?
Is who?
So he's not coming back for this.
I'm sorry. I don't...
Your pilots.
Oh,
there we go. Volleyball scene.
That's it. Tickets bought. I'm ordering them now. That actually looked like tag touch football on the beach. Maybe it was not volleyball.
Back now.
Yes, so they'll be drinking and partying.
Having any fun yet?
No.
No. No. May 27th. Oh, God. Yeah. Who asked for this? I don't know, but it's there.
I don't know who asked for this. I assume it was Tom Cruise. Chance's review, I will not be watching this.
I'll, if anything,
Dang,
if I.
No! No! Stop giving Hollywood money with these movies.
This should have been a Netflix movie. Just put that out there.
This straight to
This
video HBO
should have been a
Max
straight HBO Max straight movie. If we want to reduce those movies as lower tier ones, fine. This one should have been one that was purchased by.
So here's who this movie's for, I guess, right? My mom. This movie's for my mom.
Volleyball.
Tom Cruise.
Oh man, it's time to fire up Ace Combat. Oh man, Ace Combat, yeah.
That's a whoa.
Ace Combat.
I like it.
Hey, Ace Combat 7? No, have they made one for the new consoles yet?
Oh, look, mom says hell no.
I don't know. This is so
I
weird.
love it.
Anywho, just real quick, we got our final trailer while we were gone. This
drops
while
soon,
Pedro
right?
was gone.
Like in a month. When
We
does
got
this
the
drop?
final trailer to
These
Sonic.
rings
We'll watch it with Pedro.
signify
He hasn't
the
watched it
commitment
probably.
Sorry. Life or death situation. I need you to use the ring to save me, like right now.
Yeah, we watched this last time together, but
Oh my God. Oh boy. Hawaii.
Just hope we're not too late.
Oh Lord, there are two of them now.
Okay, quick version. Robotnik is back.
I discovered the source of ultimate power.
We need to get it back or the world is doomed.
Yeah.
Not some kind of space porcupine.
I am an echidna warrior.
Hedgehog.
It's time to say goodbye to humanity. Welcome to the new norm.
This is your moment to be the big hero.
Bad time to say this, but I don't actually have a plan. Hey, you got a little something on your belly?
Someone call an Uber? It's cold in here. Let's turn up the heat.
Oh, great, the Winter Soldier.
You are terrible at this.
Your negative attitude is not helping.
This movie looks so stupid and fun.
We stick together.
oh yeah, it looks great.
No matter what.
You got that right, poor man's Chris Pratt.
Untrained, unworthy.
You forgot one. Unstoppable.
Yeah. I mean, that's the new formula, right?
For a guy
Whoa.
really bad at punching.
That's good. I'm excited for that.
So I'm excited for this. Early reviews some reviews have been hitting. Some of the schmarmy reviewers, the ones that like don't watch these type of movies, the ones that always give like Marvel movies bad reviews and whatnot. They actually said, and I gotta find the review and I'll see if I can link it later on. They said there was too much of Sonic and not enough of the human characters. That was the negative in the review. Which is so interesting to me because those reviewers were.
Why are there so many superheroes in this superhero movie?
Why are there so many superheroes? And what's interesting, yeah, that's what it's almost like we all remember the Transformer movies. They were like, why are these human characters in this when we want to watch Transformer movies? or the kaiju reviews. Anytime Godzilla, there's not enough. There's not enough kaiju. There's too many humans. Like this
there wasn't enough kaiju for the record.
Right, there
yeah.
wasn't. That's a valid. But I'm just saying, like now this is the opposite. Like too many monsters in this movie. Not enough human interaction. I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, what are you doing? It's Sonic the Hedgehog movie. All we want to see is CG Sonic running around.
These are people that play the games and spend all the time in the menu, right? That's they actually play.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome back, Pedro.
There you go. Why do these snozberries taste like snozberries?
I don't know. They should taste like blueberries. I don't understand. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, those are Coen brothers.
All right, so everyone watch the Moon Knight because there will be spoilers next week when I'm on.
We'll talk a little bit about each episode. Hopefully, I'd like to watch. It'd be nice if the show, like all of our fans that join in here, would be able to watch it so that we can kind of like maybe talk a little bit about it on a week-to-week basis. Because I know I'm going to be watching it as they drop for sure. Yeah, I'm really excited.
I'll try to be cool with the spoilers, but no promises. So
no promises for sure.
Watch out. I'll post some pictures. Post some pictures of your crafts and your hobbies, folks. Let's reinvigorate our love of these small things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And spend more money because capitalism is killing us. Absolutely. Those can't not do that.
It's some warmer weather as it is like 30 degrees and it snowed yesterday. So
right, I saw it and it was 80 degrees yesterday here. So
it's killer. It's killer.
God.
No more vacation time unless approved. All right, Mom. I'll get back on it. But please do not use my government name. God damn it.
Okay, Pedro.
Come on.
Go to Great Steve. trying to stay under the radar, man. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Love you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
Thank
me a
you,
favor.
kids.
Go
Thank
hit
you.
that. Go hit a thumbs up somewhere on one of the sites that we're watching this.
Yes,
That'll
please
help
like,
us get pushed up.
subscribe, put it out there.
Not even just go hit the thumbs up. Just hit the thumbs up. Let's do that.
Thumbs up.
Thank you, everyone. We'll be back next week with episode 170.
Yeah.
Another episode in the can. Take care.
Be kind.